Hi audience. So in today's course, we are going to just start a new course to share all the details related to computers as now the technology is going so ahead, and for today's busy generations, everyone is connected with the technology. So in this video, we will start with the technology of computer engineering. I am Satish Panghal with 15 years of experience in IT industry in different technologies. So in today's video, we are going to tell about computer part, CPU. What is CPU? A simple guide to how computer thinks. So we can say CPU is the brain of computer, and the skills we will cover in this lesson: the brain of computer overview and hardware and software, arithmetic and logical operations, control and coordinations, control unit, manage data flow, component inside a CPU, how the CPU interact with the rest of the system, multi-core and parallel processing, and the summary of the lesson. So if we start with the CPU, and then if we say the brain of the computer, then it's definitely correct statement for the CPU. CPU is the core component responsible executing instructions and drive all computer operations, whether running an application, processing data, coordinating system component. The CPU is the center of it all. The CPU execute these using a structured cycle called the fetch, decode, and execute. Fetch, decode, and execute. This is the complete cycle. In the fetch processing, the CPU retrieve the next instruction from memory. This instruction address is stored in the program counter, and the instruction is loaded in the instruction register. Then second process of decode. The CPU interpret the fetch instruction, and the control unit determine what operations the instruction represents and what hardware is needed. And the third process of execute. Once the fetch and decode process is completed, then CPU perform the required operations. This may involve arithmetic, logical, memory, or input-output operations. Now, if we talk about arithmetic and logical operations, all the mathematical and logical tasks to be performed by the ALU, arithmetic logical unit. Additions, subtractions, multiplications, divisions. These operations are fundamental in everything from simple calculation to graphic rendering. All these tasks to be handled by ALU. Logical operations, comparing number, logical test and or not, used of decision making program, if statement. ALU often with the temporary data stored in register, which are higher speed storage location inside the CPU. Control and coordination. Control unit act like a traffic manager inside the CPU. And the responsibility of CPU directs the ALU, memory, and input output devices. Ensure instructions are carried out in correct orders. Generate control signal to coordinate all CPU activities. Manage data flow between CPU and other components. So these are the role of CU, control unit. Fourth one is the managing data flow. CPU consistently transfer data between memory, main memory, RAM, input output devices, internal CPU registers, and how the data move. Data moved through data bus carries actual data at address bus, indicate memory location to read and write. Control buses send control signals of read, write, or interrupt. Then the CPU relies on memory hierarchy, registers, cache, RAM, storage to access data efficiently. And here we can see the component inside a CPU: registers, cache memory, and clock. Small for storage area inside the CPU hold data being processed, store addresses, instructions, and intermediate results. Example: accumulator, program counter, instruction registers. Cache memory, high speed memory inside or near the CPU, store frequently used data, instructions, and reduce the time spent accessing RAM. Three levels: fastest, 2, 3, and the largest. Clock sends electrical pulse that determines CPU speed, synchronize all CPU operations, measure in gigahertz, billion of cycles per second. So these are the components which are inside the CPU. How CPU interact with rest of the system? The CPU communicate with RAM, storage, GPU, input output devices, RAM for quick data access, storage for long-term data, GPU for graphic processing, input output devices like keyboard, mouse, network. The CPU uses a bus and various controls to coordinate this communication. Multi-core and parallel processing. Modern CPU contain multiple cores. Each core can execute instructions independently, allow true multitasking and parallel processing like 4-core process, quad core, octa core. So it's all depend on the speeds, and the performance also improve through SMT or hyper threading. 2 threads per core, pipelining, multiple instruction stage in the progress simultaneously. So these all are the details about the CPU located inside the computer. If we talk about the summary, the CPU is a highly complex and efficiency component that process instructions through the fetch, decode, execute cycle, perform all arithmetic and logical operations via ALU, control the operation of entire system through the CU, manages data movement, memory storage, and peripherals, uses registers, coaches, buses, and clock signals to achieve high-speed processing, utilize multiple cores and advanced technology to maximize performance. So, thank you in this lesson, and again, we will create more details about more components related to information technology. If you have any question, you can send a mail on the mail mentioned here, satish.panghal@gmail.com. And thanks for being part of this lesson, and subscribe our channel to see more videos on the latest technologies like AI, machine learning, artificial intelligence, and other ERP softwares. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye bye.